Hi, I'm Nadia from South Australia. I've had uterine lesions for about 4 years. I was going regularly for a pap smear every 2 years. About 4 years ago, I started to show signs of lesions in my cervix and then in my uterus. Started to having malformed cells and a condition called HPV. Then I started to go into the hospital every 6 months, then every 3 months because it was getting worse. Then one time I went in and they actually had a screen where I could see what was actually going on inside. I could see the walls of my uterus. Half of my uterus was black and the other half was normal. This is where the point was I decided that this is really bad. And if I don't do something drastic or fairly soon, I was going to have start having cancer treatment. I was really scared. I thought I'd been through a lot of stress in my life. I've had lots of trauma going on. I was taking that on board and I knew that I was struggling in myself and I knew eventually it was going to affect my health, which it did, and it was showing. I have two beautiful children, which I love with all my life, and I thought I want to spend the rest of my life with my kids and I want to actually do stuff that I love to do and help people as well. So I was very, very scared and I thought I have to do something now. After I'd been through all of this and I was at the hospital, I thought I have to do something drastically to change my life and the way my path was going because I knew it wasn't going to be a good outcome. I started searching on Facebook and then Ray Behan came up on the Facebook feed and I thought, okay, I started to read into it and I thought I've got nothing to lose. It wasn't until I found Ray Behan and meditation that I started to do a lot of work on myself. I started to do the self-physio meditations, which I find very intense and basically touch my soul. Before doing the work with Ray Behan, I actually used to be very passive. I'm still compassionate, but I would let people walk all over me and I would let people guide me and do what they always wanted to do. I had a lot of trouble standing up for myself and voicing what I wanted to do. And so therefore I was unhappy. Doing the meditation, I'm doing the throat chakra meditation, and that has made me feel so much stronger in myself. I'm now standing up for myself. I'm standing my ground and I'm speaking and saying what I actually want instead of going with the flow and actually getting what I want out of life. It's made a huge difference in my whole life, in my work, in my personal life, and I'm standing my ground like a solid rock. It's because of all the work that I'm doing on myself and the meditations, doing them on a regular basis. I'm still learning a lot about all of the Ray Behan workshops and everything. I'm studying and I want to go further with what I'm doing to change my life completely. I really want to change my life. So I was asked to come back to the doctor because things weren't looking so good from my last visit in the hospital. I went back within the 3 months, which I was supposed to go every 3 months. It was now every 2 months. And when I went back in, they did the same test and did the dye, and they said, well, you don't have any more lesions in your cervix. You don't have any more growth in your uterus. So whatever you're doing, keep doing because it's changing you. It's changing you. It's improving. And I was like, and I said to them, I'd been to the Ray Behan workshop and I had actually felt so fantastic after the workshop that we did here in Adelaide. And my God, it was life-changing. And I believe 100% that this has made a huge difference in my health and in my life. Oh my God, thank you, Ray. I was just amazed at how much difference it had made and also how it's made me feel in my heart and my soul about I feel so much better in myself. And although I do healing myself, I actually have just changed. It's changed my whole life, and I would love to certainly pursue something further. Yeah, I'm making radical changes outside of my health as well in my personal life. In my private life, I'm standing my ground and I'm actually saying what I feel and I'm saying what I want. And I'm not changing from that. It's just like I'm on a definite path of where I want to go. When I went to the workshop and we did the deepest meditation, my mum died when I was 11 and I never got to say goodbye to her. All the time that I've had in my life, I connected with my mother, which I didn't know very well. And when we did the meditation, I actually said that I felt abandoned and deserted and lost when she left. And I made such a connection with her. It's actually healed my heart so much that I actually could communicate with her. So that in itself was amazing. I don't feel abandoned anymore. And I've been searching all that all my life. I just thank God to Ray and the team that just made it so easy just to go to the first session. And I was just blown away. I just thank God I found her. And I know that I'm going to be here for a long time working through and progressing further and further into the courses that I love doing.